with that, I do want to move on to a different series that just finished up, and that was the Mavs and Clippers series. Clippers won in game 7, 126-111. Kawhi Leonard finished with almost a triple-double, 29 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists, and 4 steals. Paul George, playoff P, he had 22 points, 6 rebounds, and 10 assists. But really the big star of the night, even though it was for a losing team, was Luka Doncic, who tallied a playoff career high 46 points, along with 7 rebounds and 14 assists. He averaged 35.7 points, 10 assists, and 7.9 rebounds in his second postseason ever, becoming the youngest player in NBA history to do that in a playoff series at the age of 22. So, Thomas, I'm going to go to you first. Jack, feel free to jump in on the conversation at any point. This Clippers team, they are proving haters wrong. I mean, they got so much criticism last year for how they played and blowing that 3-1 series lead, collapsing in the second round to the Nuggets. And now here they are, and they have overcame a 2-0 hole, and they came across a 3-2 deficit against the Mavs, and now they're going to make it into round 2. And I don't know if you want to credit that to Ty Lue, you want to credit that to Kawhi finally showing up in game 7, but this Clippers team, how are they legit contenders for the championship? Are the Clippers capable of winning a championship this season?
Are they capable of winning a championship? I'm going to go with no. And the only reason I'm going to say no is because if they do make it to the finals, they're going to run into the Nets. And the Nets are going to, as we just said on the show, they're going to just beat the living you-know-what out of everybody because they're that good. And that's nothing to take away from the Clippers. I mean, if they get to the finals, that is a humongous achievement for that franchise because they've never been there. But if you're going to be running into Brooklyn, I mean, you're just asking for it at that point. However, Luka Doncic, I have here a pair of Air Jordan Retro 10s, and on the back is Michael. Luka, it's time. It's time. It's time to become the best player. You gotta not turn into this guy, but you have to be the best player. It's time. He's going to become the best player in the middle of next season. He might already be the best player if you really want to go that far. I mean, 49-point triple-double in the playoffs or close to it, and he averaged over 35 shooting on pretty good percentages, I would say, for what he was asked to do, which is, shoot the ball every other possession from half court and then drive to the basket and hope other people shoot threes. For what Luka did is quite incredible, considering it was pretty much a one-man tank job. Not a tank job, but he was a one-man army, I guess is the word I'm looking for. He's just a sensational player. He, from playmaking to just bullying defenders out of the way to shooting threes, he needs to work on the free throws. That's obviously a glaring issue because he went 50%. I think it was in game 4 in Dallas, and that kind of cost them. I thought at that point it was like, this is going to cost them a series because missing these free throws it's going to add up at some point. And it did because they eventually did lose. But the real problem here with the Mavs team is Kristaps Porzingis is just so bad.
Is there a problem or is it the supporting cast?
I think it's just a combination of both because Kristaps Porzingis, or as I refer to him as number 6, or Tingus Pingus. So I have many names for this guy. He really isn't that good. He's been exposed. And people, when he was on the Knicks, I was certainly a Porzingis defender. I said, this guy is so good. Max Kellerman, and he said he could be the best player. And then I realized, wait a second, Max Kellerman doesn't actually know what he's talking about. And then he gets traded to Dallas. He comes off of the knee injury, and then he looks horrible. And I go, wait a second, this was the guy that we thought was going to save the Knicks? He can't even save himself at this point. It's just that bad. And Porzingis, I feel bad, but I also did say, I think a long time ago, that he might be damaged goods, and that might be the new reality of him. So if they want to give Luka help, if they want to try and move Porzingis, I mean, good luck. I don't know how much you can get for him that's out there right now. They're literally, if they do keep this team intact, they're a Michael Finley away from really making some noise in the West. And they could challenge a team like the Clippers, or you want, they can challenge the Nuggets, the Suns, and there's a lot of teams. So I think they have to understand what they're going up against, and they have to make the necessary moves to do it, because some of the moves they made were not that good this year, but there is always room to improve.
All right, so I just want to know what to react to first. Calling Luka Doncic the best player in the game.
He is.
Kristaps Porzingis, or about the Clippers? What should I talk about?
Go Kristaps Porzingis. I like this conversation. I think there's some hot takes to be had.
I mean, he averaged 20 points and 9 rebounds during the regular season in what he did play. And listen, you're a Knicks fan. I get it. You know, you're upset about it. But
upset.
Yeah, you're upset.
I'm not upset. I'm happy. He stinks. He can't perform in the playoffs.
He does not stink. Okay. I remember talking to you about this series as it was going on, and you said, "Oh wow, I don't think that he's healthy." And I understand that is the question. That will always be the question. But imagine how good he could be if he was healthy.
That's true.
I don't think it's his ability to perform. I think it's just he's never been healthy. And that's really upsetting. But I think if he ever found a way to stay healthy, him and Luka could be a really great combo. With that being said, how could you call him the best player in the league if he hasn't won a single playoff series?
He drops 49, 13, and 10 in the playoffs, Jack. Who else is doing that? Like, you watch the Mavs games, it literally looks so easy for him to just do anything he wants. He's given ultimate freedom. How is he not the best player at this point? I get that LeBron and your whole not healthy thing. You're right. Okay, you're right. I don't know if Porzingis is 100% healthy. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt there, and LeBron too. But Luka's certainly better than Giannis. I think he's probably better than Kevin Durant.
He's not better than Kevin Durant.
I don't know. I think you can go either way with that one.
You watched the same game that I did last night. Did you watch that Nets Bucks game?
I did. It was terrible.
Listen,
I mean, I still think Durant's the better at this point. But if we're going to go down the road, I wanted to say, let's fast forward. What is it? June right now? Let's go like Christmas of this year. Let's say we can go that far. I think Doncic will, it will be marginally he jumps, but I feel that just given how good he is and how he carries the Mavs, there's no way you can't not put him in that discussion at this point.
Listen, I agree. I agree with both of you to an extent. Listen, Luka played 45 minutes in Game 7, didn't exit the floor once in the second half. He set a record for most points created in a Game 7, 77 points. He is their guy. He is their playmaker. He is the only reason that they were as in that series as they were, and he really did not have help. And you mentioned Porzingis not being healthy. Well, I think that's a problem. Isn't that something we talk about with players in this league? Is their durability? Is there ability to stay healthy? I mean, look at Anthony Davis. He's made of glass, and that's been a problem for the Lakers all season. And this is a player who's played in 148 regular season games in 4 seasons. I mean, getting hurt is a problem. And he's 7'3", and he has basically one post move. He struggled in the low post, and that's been a problem for them. He's 7'3", and he struggles in the low post. That's an issue. He averaged 13.1 points for them, 1.3 assists. He shot less than 30% from 3. He's not helping this team. And I think Luka needs help. No matter how good you are in this league, LeBron needs help. Kevin Durant needs help. It can't be a one player does it all. That's not realistic anymore. So I don't think Luka's better than Kevin Durant. I don't even think he's better than LeBron James. I do think he's a top 10 player in this league, but he needs help. And that's something that this team is really going to have to go into the offseason and do. I mean, the Mavericks haven't won a series since winning the 2011 NBA Finals. That's a decade's worth of not getting past the first round of the postseason. And only 2 of the team's 10 players who played in Game 7 were acquired after January 2019. They haven't made moves. This is basically the same team that they had when they added Luka Doncic. So if you really want to build around Luka, if he's really your guy, you need to start making moves. You need to look at who's going to be available in the offseason. Find some 3-and-D guys. Find bench depth. Get yourself some low post help. Get another playmaker. Do something, because like Thomas said, Luka is showing out for them. He's doing everything he can. He just needs help, and somebody needs to give it to him, or he's going to be out of there. He's going to look for another team.